Welcome to this presentation on the North 2nd Street Bikeway recommended concept layout of September 2025. This presentation will provide a project overview, a schedule, an update on public engagement, the proposed cross-sections for the bikeway, and highlights of the concept layout. On the right side of the screen, you can see an aerial image of the North 2nd Street Bikeway project area running from Dowling Avenue down to Plymouth Avenue in an industrial area between I-94 and the Mississippi River. The project proposes to construct a 2.2-mile street retrofit with a two-way curb-protected bikeway, traffic safety improvements, and Americans with Disabilities Act compliant pedestrian curb ramps along the full corridor. At the Lowry, Broadway, and Plymouth intersections, the traffic signals will be updated and protected intersection designs will be constructed for both bikes and pedestrians, and accessible pedestrian signals will be constructed for pedestrians. Project schedule. The project started public engagement in 2024 with an initial needs assessment. Then two layout options were presented in the spring of 2025 for public feedback. And then now in the fall of 2025, we are sharing this recommended concept layout that will go into final design. Next year, the project will go out for bid and construction will commence in 2027. During engagement in the spring of 2025, we held a virtual open house, provided an online comment map on the concept layout options, did door knocking along the alignment, and met with property and business owners. And we presented to the neighborhood associations on the north side, including the NRRC, Hawthorne, and McKinley neighborhoods. What we heard, intersection safety was a top priority for the community. The signalized intersections currently provide an unsafe crossing for both bikes and pedestrians. There's support for closing the sidewalk gaps along the alignment. There were also concerns about bicycle and pedestrian conflicts in shared use paths, and there was support for greening and trees along the alignment. There was a desire to improve the pavement condition for bikes and to remove the debris that can often be found along this industrial corridor. One concern included driveway conflicts from the heavy truck traffic along the alignment, and a concern for cars driving into the bidirectional bikeway as proposed. On Wednesday, September 10th, we will be hosting a Northside Community Bike Ride, which will depart from Weber Park at 5 p.m. This is a 7-mile loop, and it will be a no-drop ride, and we will be exploring bike infrastructure, treatments, and facilities in North Minneapolis, and we hope that you can join us for this event. The recommended concept layout consists of cross-sections on the northern half and the southern half of the alignment. Currently, in the northern half of the alignment, north of 26th Avenue, there's parking on one side of the street and painted bike lanes and two travel lanes. In the proposed configuration, we maintain the existing parking lane on the west side, provide two travel lanes, but we're shifting all the bike facilities to the east side of the street with a concrete buffer offered as protection, similar to the picture in the bottom right. On the southern half of the alignment, south of 26th Avenue, currently there exists two parking lanes, painted bike lanes, and two travel lanes. In the proposed configuration, we maintain parking in both directions, travel lanes, and provide a concrete buffer to protect a two-way bikeway along the east side of the street. We're also proposing a shared use path between 24th Avenue and 26th Avenue to close a sidewalk gap, similar to the picture in the bottom right. The signalized intersections at Broadway and Lowry will be updated, with new signal systems that include accessible pedestrian signals, such as the image on the right. The bikeway will be raised to sidewalk level at both of these intersections, and both intersections will still maintain the ability for large trucks to make all turn movements. Other concept layout highlights includes closing the sidewalk gap from 24th Avenue to 26th Avenue, as can be seen along the bottom of this slide. New treatments to prevent cars from driving into the bikeway, which is shown in the 4 images on the right side of this slide, showing that we narrow the bikeway at intersections that will provide a visual cue to drivers not to drive into the protected bikeway, as well as a floating mountable island near intersections that will prevent cars from driving into the bikeway, as well as a few intersections where we bring the bikeway up to sidewalk level to create a shared mixing zone. Due to the low pedestrian volumes along this corridor, Public Works has found it appropriate to recommend a shared use path and to provide these mixing zones for short segments. Green space opportunities will also be added to the corridor, especially south of 26th Avenue. The project will also pursue leading pedestrian intervals that provide a few-second head start to pedestrians crossing signalized intersections. To view the full recommended concept layout, please visit our project webpage, and if you have any additional questions, please contact me, Menno Schuking, Transportation Planner with Minneapolis Public Works. Thank you.